Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to introduce you to my new project. It's a vintage knitting machine from around the 1950s, made in Germany, called trico-fix. Now it is quite rusted. I'm not sure all the parts are there. I am going to go through the manual and see what we're missing and what's present. Hopefully it will be enough to refurbish it and get it into some kind of working condition, because it seems, after having a look online, I can't seem to find anybody selling spares for it. So hopefully we're going to be able to work with what's there and try and get it back into working order. I will say I am not a knitting machine expert. In fact, I've never had a knitting machine. I've never used a knitting machine. I've hand knitted and I've wanted a knitting machine, and I saw this come up on Facebook sales for £25, and I thought, do you know what, it's worth a go to try and get it into working order. And I love the fact that it's so old. I'm really looking forward to trying to restore it to some of its former glory. So I'll go over what's here and I will document how I'm going about trying to restore it and what problems I've come across, and whether or not I can get it working. We will see. Upon opening it, you can see there are quite a few loose spare needles by the looks of it. There's a few bits that look like maybe tension springs, that kind of thing. From looking at the manual, I think this is a ribber. I've got a few random metal bits that I'm not quite sure what they are. I think these may be weights to hook onto the bottom of the knitting. And this is the actual machine itself. It came in its original box, although the box itself is rather worse for wear. I'll probably just keep, there's a nice little tag on the end of the box with the name of the brand and the maker, which I'll probably keep just that part of the box, as the rest is ruined. So if we have a look at the bed of the machine, sorry, come over here. As you can see, it mostly looks like all the needles are present. However, I don't know if you can see, they are super rusty. There's a lot of dirt around here. There we go. It's a lot of loose debris. I was told it had been stored in a loft for probably 20-30 years at least. So it's going to need a really good clean, and hopefully we can try and get some of this rust off. Now the actual mechanism itself, it's a little stiff, obviously. We just pull these needles back. Obviously these are all going to come out and be cleaned and oiled and lubricated. So the machine, from looking at it, this is quite rusty as well. I'm going to take this off and again lubricate it, as I think the runners are getting dirt stuck in them. Now from what I can see, I believe when the needles are in the forward position, the mechanism in here pushes them forward. They sit on top of this, and this opens the little hooks. So from looking at the manual very quickly, I think the thread comes, or the yarn comes through here and down past this. But I will need to check that, so don't take my word for it. One of the features that I really do like, that I'm quite pleased is still functioning, is it has got a little row counter, which as it goes past knocks this, and it changes the count, and then it resets manually. So I'm really excited actually to try and get it working. There you go. If anybody has got any advice, it's very gratefully received, as I do not have a clue what I'm doing, but I will certainly try my best to work out what all these parts are and where they will go. I did look, when I looked at the manual online, which I'm going to print out and have a closer look at, the reason I think this is the ribber is I did notice on the back there is a crisscrossing mechanism, which was described in the manual. I don't know if you can see very easily. So there's a crisscrossing metal like that. So I'm not quite sure how that works, but it's going to need a really good cleanup before we can use it. There are a couple of these missing, but there are a load of loose needles in here, so hopefully some of these will fit into the ribber. I'll come back to you once I start actually taking it apart and cleaning it up.